Okay, I've hit start streaming. I am turning the audio up on my iPad. Uh, the stream is technically started, but we are waiting on my iPad to come through. Um, we're gonna see if the audio on my iPad works. Kyron, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you doing today, Maddie?
I'm good.
Good. Good to hear.
Okay, I've hit start streaming. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, Kyron. That's the stream on my iPad.
Oh, okay. No problem. I do hear it a little bit, but not a lot of it, so everything is all good.
We're gonna see if the audio on my iPad works. Kyron, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay, perfect. So now I can turn the audio down on my iPad and I can monitor the chat from there. All right, awesome. Hello, everybody. My name is Madeline, also known as the M Extra. I'm going to be your host this evening. I'm here with my buddy Kyron, good buddy. We've known each other for, God, has it been like? When did I start working at Meyer? 2020.
Yeah, 2020 sounds about right. I think you were there during the height of the pandemic when Myers started closing at 9, but then started closing at midnight, and that's when everything started to tank.
Yep. But I'm here with my buddy Kyron. Known him for like 6 years. Say hi to the people, buddy.
Hello, hi to the people. I hope you're all doing great out there. It's good to be here.
Excellent. All right, so I was brainstorming some ideas with a couple people as to what to do for some more collaborative streams. And one of the ones I landed on that I think would be a good, very casual idea for now is tier lists. Putting stuff together, ranking stuff. And I was racking my brain as to what a good first one would be. And it hit me that while Kyron's just a little bit older than me, we did both grow up around the 2000s, so we're both very like intimately familiar with what cartoons were on TV at that time. So we're gonna be going through a 2000s cartoon tier list. There's like 150 something cartoons on here. So we're gonna see how many we've actually seen. I bet between the two of us, it's gonna be quite a bit actually, because I'm already recognizing like a couple of these. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. Like I said, Kyron, if you have any thoughts on anything, feel free to share them. We can kind of go over each one for as long or as little as we want. If neither of us have seen it, we can put it in the never seen tab at the bottom. That sound cool?
That sounds cool. That
Okay.
sounds cool with me.
So we're starting off with one that's arguably one of the goats. Arguably one of the goats, and that's Avatar: The Last Airbender. I absolutely adore that show. They got the movie coming out pretty soon. But I've seen it all the way through, I think, twice now. I own it on box set, and like on like physical box set, and it's just a damn good time. Did you have any? I believe you grew up with it too, right? Did you watch it growing up?
Yes, I did. Actually, I grew up watching a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender. My sister is a really huge fan. She actually got into the show first, and me and my brother and sister, we actually watched the finale in my mom's old minivan while a wedding was in progress or something, and so we pretty much bonded over the show, and we became huge fans.
That's awesome. So I honestly, even though it's the very first one, I'm tempted to put it in S. I think it's that good. Are you? Does that sound adequate to you?
That sounds very adequate to me.
All right, sick. Um, Justice League Unlimited. Now I don't want anybody to get pissed off at me for this one, but I actually didn't watch a lot of DC stuff growing up. I've always been more of like a Marvel girly. I like the Marvel movies a little bit better than DC, even if DC's kind of putting out better quality lately. Um, but Justice League Unlimited, I think we can hold off on it for now. Have you seen it?
I have actually.
Okay, what are your
I
thoughts
have.
on it?
I've seen a little bit of it.
What are your thoughts on what you have seen?
I'm sorry. What was my thought on what?
What are your thoughts on what you have seen of the show?
My thoughts on what I have seen of the show is I think it's very entertaining and also very action packed, and I think it's pretty cool.
All right, bet. Um, I think A sounds pretty good. I don't know what this next one is. I'll put it for A for now. can always switch these up later. I'm trying to figure out what show this is. I actually don't know what that is. I'm gonna put that in. It's something called Zeta, I think. Yeah, I've never seen that one.
Zeta.
Never seen that one. So we'll put that in never
Me neither.
seen. Okay, well let's go through some highlights first. Batman the Brave and the Bold. I remember this one. As being like kind of decent. Like I feel like I look back on it more fondly than I did when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since I was a kid though, so I don't remember it like too intimately. But I remember some of the episodes. I remember watching it when it came on. So did you watch this one? It was that more kind of cartoony, silly Batman show.
To be honest, I didn't really watch much. I didn't really watch Batman when I was younger. I mean, I like Batman. I just don't really know that much about him. Like my experience with Batman. Oh, what have I? I guess my thoughts. Oh, my thoughts on what I have seen. Well, to be honest, I haven't really seen much of the show. But what if I can gather from looking at it is that it does look pretty action packed and well written.
Yeah, it's on like the main factor of it was like a less serious Batman. It was very like silly adventures with the character. I'm personally thinking a B for it. B for Batman, I guess.
B for Batman, yeah, that would be fitting.
All right. Have you watched Teen Titans though?
Teen Titans. That's an interesting one because while I haven't, I did see bits and pieces of Teen Titans, but I don't think I've ever watched a full legit episode though. Like only like, I've seen like clips and stuff, and I've heard of Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo. Like I know that's a popular one among fans, but me personally, I haven't seen enough of Teen Titans when I'm very familiar with Teen Titans Go, like a lot of people are, but with the OG series, I never really had that much of a connection with it.
Okay. For me personally, I'm kind of in the same boat. I feel like I did watch a couple full episodes as a kid. And I did actually watch the movie Trouble in Tokyo for the first time semi-recently. From what I remember of it, it was pretty darn good, and I do want to watch the whole thing at some point. I just have other stuff I've been watching. So in that respect, I'm pretty confident in putting it in an A because like what I did see was pretty damn good. Like it's got the quality writing, it's got the attention to detail, it does have the comedy. I think it's a lot sharper than a lot of comedy cartoons right now. So I'm gonna put it in A personally.
Yeah, A tier. That's a pretty fair tier. Especially since like I do know that it is, even though I haven't seen much of it, I do know that it's a genuinely good show.
Okay, so I scrolled down a little bit, taking a closer look here. What else we got? There's a couple Spider-Man cartoons. I don't think I've seen those ones. But the next one that I know that I've seen is Iron Man Armored Adventures. This one was the 3D animated Iron Man show. I think it was on Nicktoons. Did you watch this one?
I haven't actually. This is actually my very first time. I mean, naturally, I'm very familiar with Iron Man. Like, not necessarily like Iron Man lore, but I do know who Iron Man is.
Right,
and
right.
I didn't even know he had a. Didn't even know he.
Yeah, it was a good show back in the day. Honestly though, like I keep meaning to rewatch this one. I started to rewatch, but that was like 4 years ago. So I don't know remember how far I got in it. I know I never finished the show, but what I did watch, I'd probably give it like a B. I think the animation style might not rub off on everybody the right way. And the whole idea of like, oh, it's a superhero, but they're the teenage versions, might not always appeal to people. But I think a B is pretty solid for it. Some of the storytelling was pretty cool. Like I said, I'm a huge Marvel fangirl, so I like the lore. I like some of the little hints it would give at other characters being in the universe. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another Marvel one. Superhero Squad. Did you watch this one?
Superhero Squad. Believe it or not, I have not because I didn't really grow up watching that many superhero shows.
Okay.
I haven't even heard um I haven't even heard of it until now. But
Mm-hmm.
I did watch I did watch a lot of Cartoon Network, so I was aware that certain superhero shows existed, but I didn't really
Right.
watch many of them.
Right. Right. Okay. So I'm thinking for Superhero Squad, I'm gonna put it in a C, and I'm gonna explain my reasoning. I think it was animated okay, but for the most part, like it doesn't really grab you with any like interesting storylines. I think it was extremely kiddish. It was pandering to like a very very young audience. Um, what one cool fact though is that Tom Kenny voiced Iron Man in that show. I remember that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I think C is where I'm gonna put it for that one.
Yeah,
Um,
I think his figure is pretty fair.
all right, so I'm gonna toss it over to you. If you could take a look at the stream for me real quick, what we're gonna do is from this first page here, I'm gonna have you pick one, and I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna have you explain why you want to put it where you want to put it, and we'll talk about it.
All right. All right.
It should scroll down on the stream within just a moment here.
All right. Cool. Cool.
Okay, kind of perusing them here because I'm seeing a lot I recognize too.
Yeah. The Echo too is kind of making it hard to keep up. Which conversation is which, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh, do you have the audio one on your stream?
The audio one on my screen. Yeah, yeah. I have the audio one on my screen, and I can you guys can still hear the
Do you have the stream audio on? Is what I'm asking. Like for YouTube.
oh oh yes, I
Okay.
did.
Yeah, you could turn that down, I believe, so that way you'll just hear me
Oh
through
yeah,
my
yeah.
phone.
Okay, okay. That's a lot better now. All right.
All right, cool. So I've got. This isn't the whole thing. This is just like some of the cartoons, and I wanted you to pick one out and kind of explain why you think we should put it in a particular spot.
All right. That sounds good.
Which one you
Sounds
thinking?
good. Hmm. See. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I definitely want to talk about Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay, which row is that in here?
It is. Let me see. No, no, no. Wait, wait, wait. I changed my mind. Invader Zim.
Where?
Invader Zim is in one, two, three, four, the fifth row, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and it's
Yep, I
10,
see it.
and it's 10 shows to the right.
Okay, I'm gonna set it down and see for a second, but I think we both know where that show's going. I think we both
Yeah,
know
yeah,
where
we
that show's
do.
going. Yeah, Invader Zim. It's a very messed up show. Like, don't get it twisted. It's a very messed up show, but it does have very clever writing and pretty expert comedy, in my opinion.
It does. It really does. And I think like the dark tone is what drew me in when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure it was my first introduction as to why I love Aliens so much, because I have been obsessed with this show since I was young, and I used to watch it all the time on Nickelodeon every back when Nickelodeon aired it, and then like I have so many memories of watching it on my laptop, and to this day I still go to Hot Topic for Invader Zim merch, and that's been like my little Hot Topic tradition ever since I was in fifth grade to find any Invader Zim merch that Hot Topic must sell.
Yeah, this dude in real life, if you see him out of his Gur hoodie, there's like something wrong. Like, dead ass. Like, he
Yeah.
lives in that thing, dude, in real life. It is a damn good show. I have a Zim Funko Pop, I think, in my bedroom. I had one of Gur, but it broke because when I was setting things up for my apartment, it fell off the shelf.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's actually one of my Gur figures actually fell on the floor one of my Gur figures actually fell on the floor, and now he's missing an ear.
Oh no! That's what happened to mine. Similar things.
Oh man.
Alright.
Yeah. He wasn't a Funko, but he is like one of the cool looking. Like he kind of looks like a Lego, and I think he fell on the floor from the wind.
Damn, dude.
I know, right?
Alright. I'm gonna grab one out here. Let me see. I knew I saw it. There we go. Okay. I want to talk about Chowder, dude. I talk about this with people.
By all means, you may talk about Chowder. You may have the floor.
Chowder's gonna go on S tier for me, brother. Chowder is genuinely so funny. It was very formative for my sense of humor, both growing up and now. Honestly, I'm a bit ashamed to admit it, but I was one of those like random kids growing up. I thought that like the more spontaneous something was, the funnier it was inherently. So I never tried to make like smart jokes when I was a kid. I would always just like blurt things out and be weird. But for that reason, this show was like completely perfect for me. I think the animation style with how the textures kind of like track with the shape. So when things move, the textures don't move. So it's a very neat animation style. It's a C.H. Greenblatt. He's like a legendary like animator and storyteller in animation. I know he worked on Adventure Time a little bit. He worked on SpongeBob. That's where he got his start. I'm pretty sure he made Harvey Beaks after this. I didn't watch that show, but I know he made that show.
Actually, he sure did.
Yeah, he made that show after Chowder. And I just admire the dude for committing to the bit so much and just being completely out of sorts. It defined that era of cartoons for me, and it has a very special place in my heart, personally. I wanted to get the U2's figures when they dropped them, but I didn't get a chance to because they were like $30, I think. U2's is cool, but they're way too expensive.
Definitely. U2's, like, I would have switched to U2's if I didn't already have all these Funko Pops and U2's wasn't so expensive, but they did, yes, they indeed started making Chowder U2's figures, and, my sister was actually obsessed with Chowder when we were kids. Like, she loved it to death. Like, it was, like, her favorite show ever.
So, that show premiered in 2009, and do you want to hear the most 2009 shit ever?
Yes.
I was 9 years old then, and I remember watching the premiere of Chowder on the television in a CC's Pizza.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I remember when that show premiered. I had forgotten it was coming on, and they had Cartoon Network on the TV, and it reminded me. And I had my dad. It was me, my dad, and my stepsister. And we moved tables so we could see the TV better. And while we were just eating the buffet pizza, we were watching Chowder, the premiere of it, and it was a very good time. It's one of those things. It's like it makes you miss being a kid, you know. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, it's one of those shows you can watch and just kind of get nostalgic for your childhood, especially if you grew up watching it.
Hell yeah. Yes.
It's one of those you just had to be there kind of shows.
Oh yeah. That very special time for animation. That was around when Flapjack was around. We were about to get regular show and Adventure Time a couple years after that. So, it was a very good time. Let's see.
It was. It really was.
Alright, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hand the floor over to you and have you pick another one.
Alright, sounds good. Okay.
It's gonna scroll down momentarily. Yeah. That's the catch of.
I think I'm gonna go with Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Okay. Yeah. Let me find that on here.
Yeah. It's actually in the row Invader Zim was in.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Like, if you like you just gotta count to the right, and then it'll be right there.
There it is. Okay, yeah. Are you thinking an S for this one, or what are you thinking?
I am actually thinking an S for this one. I know it might not be a popular opinion because I know the show has kind of gained a reputation. Like when it first came out, it was considered by many to be one of the best shows ever, even getting a parade float in the Macy's Day Parade. But these days, it seems like a lot of people, at least online, have a totally different view of the show, mostly because of characters like Blue and Cheese. You know, people just think Blue was a douchebag, and Cheese was, and for many people, Cheese was annoying. But I'm actually in the minority that loved Blue. He added a certain charm to the show. Like Foster's is one of those shows that's so sweet and innocent and kind, and Blue stood out as a character that made just so many episodes very interesting.
Oh yeah, he was. It was weird
because Blue's defense, he was acting his age because Mac imagined him when he was 3, so that means Blue was only 5.
Yeah, and it kind of makes sense too because like, it's interesting that he's both a main character and a foil to so many other characters.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true, and I've always loved his design. Like, you know, I'm not much of an artist, so I'm always drawn to such simplistic, simple designs. And Blue is just one of those characters he's just so simplistic that it just draws me to him.
Heck yeah, yeah, I can agree with that. I did dig Foster's growing up. I watched this a good amount. Admittedly, it's one of those shows where, like, it's faded from my memory slightly. Not that I didn't enjoy it. It's just my brain can only hold so much, you know what I mean? But that being said, what I did watch, I loved Wilt. I loved Eduardo. Yes, I did love Cheese. I remember playing the Cheese Flash game where he collected chocolate milk. And it was...
Wow, that's interesting because I remember playing the Cheese Flash game where you had to hold on to where you had to hold on to Mac and Blue's go-kart and you couldn't let go or you'd start to scream. That was the one I played a lot.
I remember that one too. Yeah, oh my gosh. Took me a second. I remember that episode too. That's a very good episode.
Oh yeah, it is. That was actually Cheese's debut episode.
Yep, and I quoted Cheese pretty relentlessly as a child, so...
I did too, and I'm pretty sure, like, I don't know if imaginary friends can be on the spectrum, but if they can, Cheese was definitely autistic.
Oh, for sure, dog. Alright,
or maybe at least his creator, Louise, was.
Let me grab one here.
You don't just come up with an imaginary friend like Cheese without being on the spectrum.
I'm trying to see if I can find one that I disliked at all. Let's see. Oh, this one I didn't necessarily dislike. I did watch it a lot, but looking back, I don't think it was of that much quality. And for me, that's going to be Johnny Test. I'm thinking Johnny Test is either in the B or C realm, because I feel like... See, the difference between something like Chowder and something like Johnny Test was that Chowder, like, had, like, genuine moments, okay, like that's actually legitimately funny. Like, there were random moments, sure, but it had, like, its ace in the hole was that the creators genuinely cared about it. I feel like... Okay, so, let me put it this way. If Johnny Test came out now, like, right now, like, in 2026, I feel like people would think it was AI slop. I genuinely do. Because there's so much visual noise in that show, and literal audio noise, that there's just way too much going on all the time. And I personally, with my adult sensibilities, can't stand that shit. That being said, I did watch it a lot. And my dad liked it for whatever reason. Because he normally didn't watch a lot of cartoons. But for some reason, he did like Johnny Test. So it was on a lot, and I don't have negative memories with it as a child. I liked it as a little kid, but I'm confident putting it in C if you're okay with that.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I know when I was younger, I actually did not like Johnny Test, like, at all, but now that I'm older, I actually have a little bit more appreciation for it because I don't really see it as that bad anymore. Like, I don't think I've watched a full episode in years, but now I'm like, why did me and my brother and sister not like this show? It's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not like utter garbage. It's just too much noise for me.
Yeah.
It's way too much going on.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and it's funny because like the creator of Johnny Test also created Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide, and that show was had a lot of noise, a lot. So I
yes.
think that's just kind of his sense of humor.
Oh yeah. And one thing I will say is the reason I don't want to put it in D is because I do think the character designs are pretty memorable. I think the way the characters look. I watched a video one time where it was like for character design, it was like the best characters you can tell who they are from a silhouette, and I think you could very easily recognize all the Johnny Test characters if you silhouetted them. I genuinely think you could.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I think that's a very good quality. That's a good quality of the show. Um, but other than that, like it's not really. It wouldn't be my thing now. Like I have no desire to rewatch it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not really a show that I want to binge watch. That I'm eager, like I'm bored. I'm gonna watch Johnny Test.
Right.
Like it's just not like it's just one of those shows. Like I'll see a clip or two, but like I'm not gonna go out of my way to binge watch it, especially if there's like something else I'd want to watch.
Exactly. All right. I think this format's working a little bit better, where we just kind of pick the ones that we have thoughts on and explain them. I think this is working a little better than just going down the line.
Yeah, as opposed to trying to go through every show on the list and just kind of pick and choose one because there are a lot on here that I didn't really grow up with or haven't seen yet, so I wouldn't have that much to say.
Right. Speaking of which, though, it is your turn, so I'm going to float the floor over to you. And if you think of one that you like from that time period, I can see if I can find it, or if you see it on there, and we can give it a discussion here.
All right, coolio. Okay, let me see. I just need to see the tier list a little bit again. Like, just need it scrolled down.
Okay, it should.
So I can see more of it.
Okay. It should scroll down momentarily here.
Yeah, all right.
I'm watching it on. I'm watching it on my iPad too, so I can know when it scrolls down for you here.
Awesome.
And folks, I know there could probably be an easier way to do this with screen share on Discord, but alas, OBS kept crashing when we tried to do that. I think it was overloading my laptop. So this is the closest solution we could come to, and I think it's working pretty damn well so far, at least. All right, buddy, go ahead. What's catching your eye?
All right. Okay, there it is. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. I think I want to talk about Robot Chicken.
Okay, so you're going to be the expert on this because I did not watch this at all as a child. So I'm confident putting it wherever you want to put it. What row is it in?
It is in row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is in row 6, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's 9 shows across.
Oh yeah, I see it. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start moving it up towards the top here. But where are you thinking of putting Robot Chicken at?
Then of at least putting it in like A or B tier, like most likely an A tier because I actually loved Robot Chicken when I was younger. Me, my brother, and sister did. Like we were mostly huge fans of the sketches that involved other TV shows like SpongeBob and movies like Toy Story. We mostly loved the sketches that were based off of TV shows. Like we used to watch it a lot on Adult Swim when we were younger. Like we were obsessed with it. Like we loved it. I would definitely feel comfortable putting it in A tier because it does like it spoke to me when I was younger and it made me laugh like a lot.
I've seen some clips that I like online. Like I've absorbed some of it through like cultural osmosis, but I did not watch it as a kid because when I was little, I was very much like sheltered's not the right term because I wasn't, but I was very much like a goody two shoes type of kid. Like I didn't swear until like late middle school. I didn't watch like raunchy cartoons. I didn't watch like adult shows. I was not a fan of like super violent shows. Like action shows were fine, but I didn't watch horror movies until I was an adult already. So with that being said, like stuff like Robot Chicken, stuff like Family Guy, I didn't like watch anything even remotely close to that till I was like maybe like 14, 15, 16, because I was very much like a goody two shoes kind of kid that didn't like that kind of stuff. It was too intense for me, you know. So from what I have seen of Robot Chicken, while the humor doesn't always speak to me now, I can definitely respect the artistry of it and the craft of making it stop motion. I think that is very cool.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I really love stop motion, so I've always thought it was cool that Robot Chicken is like a claymation stop motion type of show.
Right, right. Okay.
So yeah, so like that's one of my favorite aspects of Robot Chicken, like not just the humor but also the stop motion, which is pretty darn cool.
Right. Yeah, I can get behind that. Yeah. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna scroll back down here. What am I thinking of grabbing here? We still got plenty of time. Okay, what am I thinking? Ooh, okay. I am gonna grab one from the second row. I'm gonna grab the Garfield Show, not
Ooh,
the.
the Garfield show, that's a very interesting pick. I actually watched that show after school when I was younger. Like I would turn on Cartoon Network and be like, "Yay, the Garfield show's on! Yay!"
Okay, so with that being said, my immediate thought was B tier, and I'm gonna explain to you why. If you think it should be A tier, let me know. But my immediate thought is B tier. Reason being, when I was like a young kid, and like even now, I would admit, I'm a gigantic Garfield fan, like huge. Like there's a picture of me when I was like 5 or 6 years old in a Garfield onesie costume. I loved this character. I have a Pookie plushie that I've had since I was like 10. So I've had it for a very long time. And I love Garfield a lot. That being said, I think the show Garfield and Friends is much better than this.
Yeah, I figured I've never seen Garfield and Friends, but I had a sneaking feeling that Garfield and Friends is a lot more accurate to the comic than it is a lot more accurate to the comic than it is to than compared to the Garfield show, which was I'm sure mostly made by Cartoon Network.
Yeah. And Garfield is in like weird hands right now. I don't know if you know about this, but Nickelodeon owns Garfield now. He's been in the Nickelodeon All Stars fighting games, and he's been in some like racing games. And they keep talking about like, oh, we're gonna do a show with him. We found a voice actor for the show for him, and it's gonna be this, and it's gonna be that. And they've owned the rights to him for like 5 or 6 years, and they haven't done anything with him.
Yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
he has appeared. He has made appearances in the Nickelodeon fighting game, and they're also coming out with a brand new Garfield video game.
Yeah, I did see that. It's like Escape from Monday, right? That's what it's called, I think.
Yeah, something like Escape from Monday or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called, but I do know it's going to be a platformer.
Yeah, it's a 3D platformer. If it looks good enough, honestly, I might spring for it because it'd be a very good nostalgia trip. I would like that a lot. I had a Garfield game for my Game Boy Advance called The Search for Pookie, and I was too little to be good at video games, but I did like it.
Well, when I was younger, I actually had a Garfield video game for Game Boy Advance called Garfield and His 9 Lives, and I remember spending a lot of time on it till I finally beat it.
I know that one. I didn't have it, but I know that one. I know that one as well.
Yeah, I remember picking it. I was with my mom, my brother, and sister. We were at the mall, and I remember picking it out, and then couldn't play it till the next day because I was bad at math. I was being punished by not being able to play my new Garfield game.
Right. I had a Garfield show game for. It was either DS or 3DS. It was one of the two. I forget what it was called, but I had that one. It was like Garfield's Nightmare, I think it was called.
Oh, I think I remember that one. That does sound a little bit familiar.
It was a platformer, but it had like slightly 3D graphics.
nice.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. Looking back, it wasn't that bad for
What
that
console was it
standard.
on?
Yeah, it was on either DS or 3DS. I can't remember, but I do remember it. Okay. Let me scroll down a little bit here. All right, I'm passing the metaphorical mic back over to you, and I'm gonna have you grab another one that you want to talk about.
All right, let's see.
It's gonna scroll down in a moment, but if you think of any, I can, like I said, I can see if I can find it on the list.
Cool. Okay, I guess I want to talk about Camp Lazlo.
Oh, that one's towards the top. Yeah, let me grab that one. All right, because I got some feelings on this show too, so I'm gonna let you go first though. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I don't mind going first. I got some feeling. I got some feelings on the show.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I actually saw Camp Lazlo when it first premiered on Cartoon Network, and I think I actually got hooked from the theme song alone, and I used to actually watch it a lot, and even in school. In class, my teacher would put on Cartoon Network sometimes, and I remember it would come on sometimes. And yeah, I really liked Camp Lazlo when I was younger. And little fact out there for those who didn't know this, but the show was actually created by the same guy who made Nickelodeon's Rocko's Modern Life. And you can kind of tell the resemblance because even though Camp Lazlo isn't as edgy, it does, use anthropomorphic animals, and even Heifer the cow appears in the final episode.
Yeah, that does make sense. I can see the stylistic similarities. I also watched this show a fair amount. I had a couple like McDonald's toys from when they collabed with Cartoon Network. I did watch this show. I remember thinking the humor was pretty good. I do think there was a good amount of adult humor in this show, despite it not being very straight at. It wasn't very edgy, but there was some adult humor in it, and a lot of it went over my head. But looking back on it now, I think it's pretty solid. Looking at our S tiers, I don't know if it ranks that high, but I'd be okay with A tier.
Yeah, I would be okay with A tier as well. I think it is a pretty deserving show of. I think it is a show that is pretty deserving of A tier.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds solid to me. Okay, let's see what else we got. Okay, I'm gonna scroll back down. I see one I want to talk about, but I don't know where I want to put it necessarily, and that's Phineas and Ferb. It would definitely be an A or S, because that show is completely genius, dude. I loved Phineas and Ferb so much growing up, and I still do.
Yeah, I didn't watch Phineas and Ferb when I was younger, but I was surrounded by people who loved it, and I did watch it on Disney Plus, kind of recently, sort of. It's been maybe a few months, but from what I watched, yeah, this show is really, really funny.
It's one of those shows, and not every show, especially cartoons, do this well, but it's one of those shows that bounces around a lot of ideas, because a lot of cartoons, what they could do is they could take that the way that Johnny Test did, where all the things it's trying to balance are just noise and you can't make sense of it. But what Phineas and Ferb does really smartly is it weaves it together in a way that's intelligent, that makes sense, that you can track, but that's also very fun and engaging. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I like the comedy is genuinely funny. It's not the kind of thing where it's it gets less funny as you get older. It's genuinely very smart. There's still clips from this show that make me laugh. So I think I do think it deserves S tier. I do think Phineas and Ferb deserves a top spot.
Yeah, I do too. I do think it's an S tier show.
I have yet to watch the revival because they brought it back pretty recently. I haven't watched the new stuff.
I forgot about the revival.
It does look good. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, but yeah, it does look pretty good. But I did watch Candace Against the Universe.
I didn't watch that one. I still need to watch that movie.
It's pretty good. I don't remember much about it though because I haven't seen it in a while, and I can't rewatch it right now because we don't have Disney Plus. But But for what I remember, I think it was decent.
Okay, yeah. All right. I'm gonna scroll back down for you. All right. All right. Is there any shows coming to mind, or what are you thinking?
I'm thinking. I do want to. I have things to say about the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
All right, that's gotta be on here, dude. Let me see if I can find it. Like, I'd be surprised if it
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. It's right there. It's one, two, three, four. It's in the fifth row, and then it's between Star Wars: The Clone Wars and The Proud Family.
The fifth row. Oh yeah, I see it. Yeah, okay. Okay, what are your... I have some thoughts on this too, but I don't think I would have as much as you do. So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking, believe it or not, but I think Billy and Mandy should be in S tier. I think it's a really funny show. I did rewatch it kind of recently, and honestly, yeah, I think it really holds up. Like the humor, the humor, the characters. I think it's all aged really well, and honestly, it is still really funny.
Okay. Yeah, there's... I think the writing on that show was very, very solid. I think it had a very unique visual language. That both fit in with Cartoon Network at the time, but also stood out. Okay, so, believe it or not, here's the thing. I liked Invader Zim growing up, don't get me wrong. But between the two mean-spirited shows, I kind of preferred Billy and Mandy a little bit when I was a kid. Now, I don't think I would say the same thing. But I think, for me, I got a little creeped out sometimes by Invader Zim as a little kid. But, like, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that show, I felt, it felt a lot, it didn't feel as scary to me, you know?
Yeah, Billy and Mandy's dark tones were a little more lighthearted.
Right.
They were a little like they were a little they were a little bit more on the silly side for the most part.
Yeah.
Some visuals can be scary, but for the most part, it was kind of like it was like goofy.
Yeah, it was, like, goofy spooky more than actual, like, scary and depressing. And I'm not saying, like, Invader Zim's depressing. I'm just saying it does go way darker than the kids' show should go a lot of the time.
Yeah, and I think that's why, like, for many people, that's like the appeal, especially the episode Dark Harvest.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, I'm definitely... I do agree with S tier. This is another one where I haven't watched it in a while, so I would need to, like... I could probably form a better opinion if I had watched it within the last year or so, but I haven't. But I do remember quite enjoying it. I did watch it semi-frequently. I liked Fred Burger. He was very funny.
Oh yeah, he was. Fred Burger was a hilarious character. Fred Burger, and he was so cute. He looked like a little elephant.
Yes, he did. I like him.
I like him too. He was funny. He made me laugh.
He spoke to me.
Sometimes that's all a character needs to do. If a character can make you laugh,
yes,
then they've fulfilled their purpose.
Oh yeah, I can agree with that. All right. Let me see. Let's check the first couple rows here. See what I can see. Ooh, I got a contentious opinion, bro. I don't know how contentious this is. I think you'll probably agree with me on it. I'm floating between D or F for this one. All right.
Which one?
Fanboy and Chum Chum, actually.
Oh wow. Yeah. I certainly have a history with that show, sort of.
So,
Okay.
fun fact. Well, not so fun fact, but very interesting fact. This is the show that Nickelodeon decided to go with instead of Adventure Time.
Oh yes, I remember hearing about that.
The pilot for Adventure Time was on Nickelodeon's Cartoon Block. But they passed on it apparently for Fanboy and Chum Chum.
Yes.
Now, I did watch a lot of this show as a child, because it was right up my alley back then. But I can look back on it confidently and say this show was ass. It was not great.
Yeah. sometimes, like, I don't outright despise Fanboy and Chum Chum like I did when I was a kid. But, like, yeah, now I look back at, like, Fanboy and Chum Chum, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, this show, I can kind of see why it was kind of heavily despised. Because, like, this show is... They passed Adventure Time up for this.
Right.
Like, it's like, I think that's why... I think that's, like, my viewpoint on Fanboy and Chum Chum. Like, it's more like you passed on Adventure Time. It's more of like you passed on Adventure Time for this.
But also, like, how much of a different universe would we be in if Adventure Time had been on Nickelodeon? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I wonder how different Adventure Time would be if it was on Nickelodeon.
Right. So with that being said, do we have our first F, or do we give it a little grace and put it in D? What do you think?
Honestly, I might give it just a little, because, like, I don't think it's the worst thing ever, but, like, I also don't think it's really the best thing ever, and it's one of those shows you kind of look at and can understand where people are coming from when they consider it Nickelodeon's dark age, but I've seen worse.
Yeah. Like...
So, I think D tier is fair.
Yeah, I do too. Mostly because even though I don't like it now, I did enjoy it when I was a kid. I did like it when I was little.
Oh yeah, I was actually the complete opposite. Like, or at least my brother like hated the show with a burning passion, and I just kind of joined in on that.
Right. Okay, I'll be looking on time. We're coming up on. We're at 46 minutes, so we got a while left. You know, we can keep going. We'll probably go for about an hour and a half if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna pass it back over to you. See if you see anything you want to bring up, both positive or negative, either way.
Let me see. Okay. I guess I have some things to say about Cat Scratch.
Give me 1 second. My mom texts me. I gotta make sure it's not popping up on the stream. I'm gonna text her back.
No problem.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so which one were you talking about? I'm sorry.
Cat Scratch.
Alright, I gotta find where Cat Scratch is on here. Let's see. Oh, I see it. Yeah. Okay. I don't really have thoughts on this one. It's another one of those shows where, like, in terms of mental space, it kind of got pushed out. I did watch it. I just don't really remember anything about it. So I'm gonna give you the floor on this one.
Alright, awesome. Yeah, I actually did watch Cat Scratch when I was younger, even played the Flash games, and I loved the McDonald's toys from there. And I think what drew me in so bad is Cat Scratch was basically, as many people accurately refer to it as Nickelodeon's Ed, Edd and Eddy, mostly in terms of concept, not in terms of, like, cult following, but Cat Scratch was one of those shows I watched when I was younger. Even when I was a kid at summer camp, I referenced the show during one of our usual camp activities, and it was a show that I really enjoyed and had some kind of attachment to. Like, I actually thought it was a good show. Like, I loved Waffle, I loved Mr. Blick, and I loved Gordon. I thought they were great characters. I even thought the Flash games were fun, and I thought many episodes were just really funny.
I had a very teeny tiny plushie of Gordon that I got from McDonald's. I remember that now.
Nice.
I don't know where it is. I don't know if I still have it, but I had one at some point.
Yeah, I did too. I had a little figure of Waffle at some point. I think I might still have it, but I don't remember.
Is that the one where the tongue stuck out?
Oh no, it was the one where he's in a hula skirt with a fruit bowl on his head.
Oh, I had the one where, like, his tongue would stick out if he, like, pressed his tail, I think.
Oh man, I didn't even know they had that one. That's awesome though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm cool with putting this wherever you want to put it. I do not remember it, so.
Alright, I'm on a tier.
A tier? Okay.
Yes, yes, indeed. I think that's a pretty fair slot placement.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Which one am I thinking? Let me get a closer look. Because they're a bit small on my screen as well, so I have to kind of like lean forward to look at which ones I can see. Because I'm trying to think if there's any that... Okay, so I have one I want to shoot up to either A or S tier. And that one's going to be Ben 10. I adored Ben 10. It was one of the few cartoons that my stepdad could stand. Because he's my stepdad's very much like a manly man type guy. He's not big on like animation very much. But he actually did like Ben 10 quite a bit. I remember we would watch it. We like whenever Cartoon Network had a marathon, and if especially it was over the summer, he and I would watch it together. So I'm confident putting Ben 10 pretty high. I think it's a concept that is pretty genius. I don't know if I would say they've done the best with the IP nowadays, but at the time it was very, very good. I remember more of Alien Force than Ben 10 itself, but Ben 10 itself I would be okay with putting on A tier. What do you think?
Yeah, that's cool with me. I mean, I didn't really watch that much of Ben 10, only like bits and pieces. Like, I don't think I even watched a full episode, but A tier is a pretty fair ranking from what I hear. It's a really good show.
It did really cool with universe building. And I like that there were certain rules that it adhered to, and whenever it broke those rules, it was very smart about like explaining why, you know? So,
Yeah.
put that one up in A tier. Alright. Okay, I'm going to ask you very specifically, okay? So we can fill out the bottom a little bit.
Alright.
What is a show that you did not like growing up?
I'm sorry, what was it?
I said I want to try to fill out the bottom of the list a little bit. So what's one that you did not like very much growing up?
What's one that I did not like very much? Kind of hard to pick. Some I've even seen or did really enjoy. Let's see. Okay. Well, if you want to fill up the bottom, I actually like as an adult, but really did not like as a kid.
Okay, what are you thinking?
That would be Back at the Barnyard.
Okay. I had some thoughts percolating on that as well. I don't think it's hot garbage. I really don't. I think that there are some pretty funny moments in it. It's got very good shitpost humor. And I love the people make really good YouTube poops with this show, actually. I don't know. Where would you want to put it? Where would you want to put it at?
Well, if we need to fill up the bottom, I'll put it on C tier.
I was thinking C.
Mostly for this.
Yeah. Mostly for what? I'm sorry.
Like, cause I can't really find anything else that I outright despise. Some I've even never seen, or some I did enjoy.
Right.
And
I mean, that's fine. Yeah. It's just a good time to talk about cartoons, you know. So if we like more, that is perfectly fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna put this one in C tier. All right. And then for that, I'm gonna let you pick out another one that you like before I go again. That you actually did like, that you liked a lot.
Okay. Cool. Okay, what's one that I really liked? Okay, I know this is What's New Scooby-Doo, but I want to go with Scooby-Doo as a whole, because, Scooby-Doo as a whole, I loved when I was younger. I had a Scooby-Doo birthday cake, a Scooby-Doo tent, even my birthday card my dad made Scooby-Doo birthday cards when I was younger. So, yeah, Scooby-Doo is a show that does have a special place in my heart because of how much I loved it when I was younger. And I used to have Scooby-Doo Goes Hollywood on VHS, and I still have my DVD of Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
That's awesome.
And
That's so cool.
yeah, it even has my name on it. And yeah, I really love Scooby-Doo.
I'm trying to find if they have a Scooby Doo on here. There it is. Which one is
Hey,
this?
you mind if I go AFK a little bit? I hear the ice cream man.
Oh, that's chill. Yeah, I can.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Okay, okay, yeah, I got you. We're taking a bit of a break here. Let's see. My buddy's going to get some ice cream because it is where we live. It's been very hot and humid outside. Um, let's see. I guess I can go while we're waiting in the ranks here. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? I gotta find one that I'm a big fan of, and then we can talk more about Scooby Doo after. I can kind of reconvene with the one that I find when he comes back. Do I want to put Clone Wars in A tier or S tier? We'll have to come back to that because that's a tough one. It's a tough one. I want to talk about Fairly Odd Parents when he's here. Let's see. I want to talk about Flapjack with him as well because that was on Cartoon Network. Yeah, we'll take a bit of a break here. I'm gonna go. Nah, I'll chill out. I'll grab something to drink though. So I will hit our be right back tab. Here we go, and I'm gonna grab something to drink, and we shall return. Okay, you might hear me in the background a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, going right back. Now I can actually check my phone a little bit. Okay. Oh, yep, so that still works just fine. Alright. So I'm actually going to go over to this. And I'm going to make sure this is blinked out just in case. Over here.
wow. Pacing after the ice cream man makes you realize you can run fast.
Did you get some good ice cream?
I did. I got Shrek.
Heck yeah, dude. Does it look goofy?
It's actually pretty good.
Does he look goofy as heck? Because those ice cream bars always look funny.
Oh yeah, well, he's missing his face, but he did have the ears.
Okay.
Or I ate them off.
Not bad, not bad. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pull my model back up. I had the be right back screen up for a little bit.
Oh, no problem.
But I went and grabbed myself a raspberry peace tea.
Oh, a raspberry peace tea. That sounds good.
Yes. It's one of the only teas I'll drink because I don't like hot tea, and I don't like most iced teas. But there's some iced tea that I like. Like I like a good Arnold Palmer. I like peace tea most of the time, so I'll vibe with it, especially on a hot day.
Yeah,
All right.
those are really good on a hot day.
So I gotta figure out what Scooby-Doo show this is talking about.
I think it's talking about What's New Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I think that is it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I watched this show a little bit as a kid. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it though? Because it was your turn to pick one.
My thoughts on it. I watched quite a bit of it. But not a lot of it. But I do know the theme song all too well. What's new Scooby-Doo? We're calling after you. We've got a solve
Yes.
mystery.
Yes,
The theme
dude.
song was infectious. Like, it was so good. I'm like, oh my god, I may not have seen an episode, but holy crap, this theme song hits hard.
I do kind of think it's at least B or A tier for the theme song. I think it's A tier. I do think it's A tier for at least the theme song.
For the theme song alone.
Yeah. Very, very good stuff. Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I had a couple DVDs of it. I had a couple DVDs that would be like 2 episodes, and they would like both be winter themed, or they'd both be Halloween themed, or something like that. And it was a good time, from what I remember. I think it was a neat update to the formula. I remembered I didn't watch a whole lot of OG Scooby-Doo. I watched a little bit of it, but I was more into this show than the original. I feel like now, though, as an adult, I would watch the original over What's New Scooby-Doo. Honestly, I think nowadays,
same here.
yeah, because it's got that old school charm to it. It's got that crackle on the audio. It's got like the old school humor that was a bit dry but very goofy. I liked it.
Yeah, I do too. Like, looking back at the old series, I really enjoy it.
Yes, very good stuff. And they're making a new Netflix series, I think, in a couple years, where they actually did reveal that for the first time ever, Scooby is being played by a real dog.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see.
Now, I don't know if he's going to talk, but he's being played by a real dog, so it's gonna be different, you know.
Yeah, it'll be different, but it'll be also be interesting to see how they pull it off.
Yes, I think so too. All right, let's see. See if I can grab a good one here. There's one in particular I'm looking for that I don't understand why it wouldn't be on here if it's not. I don't know why that one's on here. Was Total Drama the 2010s? It was the 2000s, right?
Yeah, that was 2000s.
I don't know why I'm not seeing it on here. Oh, there it is. It's the very last one. Okay. I think Total Drama Island, at least Total Drama Island, is an A tier. That show was so smartly written. I remember I was in elementary school when this show was coming out. I was in late elementary, early middle school, and I remember that some kid because this is a Canadian TV show, and I don't know how he watched it, but some kid, because it was coming out in Canada before it came out in the States, and some kid had watched it in the States and figured out who the winner was going to be. And then he told everybody on the bus,
Really?
and we were like, nah, dude, how do you, there's no way you know that, man. There's no way you know who the winner's going to be. It's a top 5, nobody knows. And then he ended up winning. So I was like, how did you know that? And then I found out later that it was a Canadian show. And so, and like, so I think it's an A tier. I don't think all the humor has aged especially well, but I think in terms of the concept that it started, I think it was pretty smart. I know they were I don't know if they fully revived it recently, because they had a couple fumbles. They had that, like, Total Drama Kids show or whatever. I never watched that because it looked stupid. But
Oh yeah, total drama Rama.
yeah, but like apparently they were trying to revive it semi recently. I don't know if they did, but I would have watched it. You know, I watched
I would too, honestly.
yeah, I watched all of those shows growing up, like all of the Total Drama, the sequel series. I watched all of them and I liked them a lot. I honestly would not be opposed to doing a rewatch of that soon. I think it'd be very fun.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to doing a rewatch either. Like, honestly, yeah.
Even though I know exactly where it's going, you know.
I know I'm definitely in the minority, but I did enjoy Total Drama World Tour, especially for its musical aspect.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought
like
the
I said, I know I'm in the minority on that, but you know, I actually don't mind being in the minority.
I didn't like the musical aspect, but I will say the actual new characters they added to that season were very good.
They were. They definitely were. And I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but I really like Sierra.
Yeah. They also added Alejandro and that nerdy kid whose name I can't remember, but he was in there as well. I think he got booted off the first. I think he got booted off like the first or second episode of World Tour.
Oh, Ezekiel?
No, not Ezekiel. He was the one from the first season that like got booted off the first episode of the first season and ended up being like a gremlin in World Tour. He was like a golem type figure in that show.
It was.
It was very funny. But yeah, I'm cool with putting it in A tier. I have very special memories with that show. I enjoyed it a lot, and I kind of honestly like within the next week might rewatch it, at least the first season. Because that shit was very good.
Oh yeah, same here. It is a really interesting show to rewatch.
Oh yeah. Even like I was saying, even if you know where it's gonna go, it's still pretty delightful.
Yeah. Absolutely. I agree. I wholeheartedly agree.
All right, man. Flipping it over to you. What you got for me?
All right. Well, let me see. Let me see. All right. I just need to see a little bit more. I just need to scroll down a little bit more.
Okay. Okay, it should be scrolling down now.
All right. Okay. Yeah, I just need to scroll down a little bit more because I still can't see everything.
Here, let me see. Okay, there we go. Let's go down in a second. Yeah, because there's some at the top that it's gonna cut off, but unfortunately, so we'll have to like kind of maneuver around that a little bit as we go.
That makes sense.
Just based on, because if I make it any smaller than this on OBS, it'll be too hard to see for the viewers and whatnot.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
Okay.
just some of these top ones I haven't really watched much of.
Right. Okay, it's scrolled down a little bit more now.
Brady and Mr. Whiskers.
Where's that one at?
It's actually at the top.
Oh, yeah, I see it. Okay. I did not watch this one. So I'm gonna let you give your opinion on this one. I did not watch this one at all.
All right. Well, Brandy and Mr. Whiskers. I know it's one of those obscure shows that nobody really talks about, but it was a show that I did watch when I was younger, and I really enjoyed the theme song and found out an interesting fact that the theme song was actually composed by the same person who composed the Invader Zim theme song.
Okay, bet.
And yeah, I actually really liked Brandy and Mr. Whiskers when I was younger. Like, I used to play the Flash games at my Nana's old house, and I really enjoyed some episodes, and I really liked it. You know, for those of you that don't know, it was about a pampered dog and a dirty rabbit who ended up getting stuck in the jungle together, and just kind of go on misadventures and stuff like that. It's one of those Disney shows like nobody really talks about these days, but it is definitely a Disney show that I remember quite fondly.
Like, I have heard of it. Like, I recognize these characters. I just didn't watch it growing up. So, I'm glad that, like, it did have its niche and that it found the people it needed to find. I'm glad you liked it. Heck yeah.
Yeah, because like, I thought it was a very interesting show. Even like some episodes are actually free on YouTube, and I did not realize how much that show breaks the fourth wall.
Right. Okay, where are you thinking of putting it, though?
Let's see. I'll give it a B tier.
B tier? Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I think B tier is a fair rating.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, what do we got? Let's see here. Trying to find one that maybe we both watched. Oh, okay. I've got one that I kind of have a contentious opinion about. Not contentious that it's like super bad, but I would put it very middle of the road. And I want to see what your reaction to that is, and that's Fairly Odd Parents.
The Fairly Odd Parents definitely has become an infamous show all over the years because of the creator himself.
Yeah, and also the quality did go down. It like gradually got worse and worse. Like I didn't mind Poof.
Quality like dipped like really bad. Like it the Fairly Odd Parents is definitely a study in a show dipping in quality at a certain point.
Yeah, I think it was pretty stellar in its first couple chunks, but it just continued to like add too much stuff, and the creator became more and more like unhinged in some ways, in a lot of ways actually. I don't even want to get into that, but he's not Butch Hartman is not a good person. I'll say that right up front. He's not a good dude. I used to very much admire him. I used to very much admire him until I found out what his views on a lot of things are. So, that being said, if we can take the creator out of it, which I know is hard to do and you can't always do, the show did still tank in quality. You know what I mean? Like it did still add way too many elements and get confused with itself, and it became brain rot as well. And the animation was not as good quality later on as it used to be, which is not how a show should go. The animation should get better as it goes. So, I'm okay with putting it in B. I gotta give it some respect for what it did do in the early days.
Because I did like the Fairly Odd Parents when I was younger. My brother, he does not like the Fairly Odd Parents anymore. He actually blames it for us treating our babysitters so badly because the Fairly Odd Parents kind of gave that impression that all babysitters are evil. So
right.
But I do have a soft spot for it. Like, yeah, Butch Hartman is a pain in the ass, but I can't deny I did like the Fairly Odd Parents growing up.
I did too. And that Jimmy Timmy Power Hour stuff, whoo, that was choice.
It was. Butch Hartman actually did a video on how he pitched that, but it's locked behind a paywall.
Damn, dude, that's scummy. That's wild. That's wild.
I know. And on another note, I think it's hilarious. On one of the Nickelodeon crossover games, Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island, Timmy is slap dab on the cover, but he's literally only playable for one level.
I had the Game Boy Advance version of that game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I remember being quite fond of that game growing up.
Yeah, I have it for PlayStation 2, me and my brother beat it together. We actually got a lot of the Nickelodeon crossover games together, and I remember being kind of bummed that Timmy was only playable for one level, despite being on the cover.
I don't remember what his name is, but I follow an artist that makes comics about the Nickelodeon Nicktoons Unite characters as they were older. It's like they go on adventures and stuff, but it's more so about them like hanging out in Jimmy's lab together, and it's the comic is it's Jimmy, it's Timmy. Which, fun fact, they're a gay couple in this comic. It's SpongeBob, and it's Danny Phantom. But then he recently added LT Gray and Jenny from My Life as a Teenage Robot into the comic.
Oh wow, that's really cool. You know, speaking of Jenny, concept art of Nicktoons Battle for Volcano Island actually revealed that there were plans to have Jenny be in that game.
That would have been so cool, dude. That would have been awesome. They made a didn't they make a new they made a new Nicktoons game like recently, but it was like a fantasy RPG.
Yeah, they did make a new one. Nicktoons Dice of Destiny. My brother has that game, and me and my brother and sister, we actually played it together. It's actually really fun, and I was willing to break my rule of I'll get a new Nick game if Zim is in it, just to play with my brother and sister, and it was actually really fun, but I'm still pissed. They finally made a Nickelodeon game that involves them teaming up to save the world or some shit, and they didn't include Zim. It makes me mad.
Right, but that game does look legit. I might give it a try.
Oh yeah, it is. It's really fun.
Okay, bet. All right. Passing it back to you. Giving you the floor here for a second. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking. Let me see. Let me have a look. See. I can't see the tier. I actually can't see the tier list right now.
Yeah, let's. I'll go back up and kind of review where we're at so far. It'll scroll up in a second here, just to see what we've already talked about here. I should be boot in a second here. And I wish there wasn't so much delay, but this is how my internet is. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay.
All right. Cool. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I guess this would be a good transition into My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh yeah. Heck yeah. Where are you thinking of putting that one?
I'm thinking of putting that one in either A or S tier because I loved that show growing up, and it is actually really good, especially the theme song. I just have one little note. I did come across a certain video of My Life as a Teenage Robot. Many people are familiar with it. It's called What in the Robot. Yeah, I made the mistake of watching that, thinking I can handle it, but it corrupted me to the point where when Jenny said you wouldn't like my brain, it's all circuity and metallic, I got war flashbacks.
Oh no, bro.
I feel like even to this day, that video was based on an episode from the show, and I feel like even to this day, I don't think I can ever rewatch that episode without feeling like PTSD, because I watched that video at a young age thinking I can handle anything, and then I watched it laid down and just felt scarred for life.
Yeah, that does not sound pleasant.
Yeah, but despite that, it is still a very, very good show.
I do like her character design. The character designs in that show in general, but hers especially, are very, very good.
They are.
I love the retro futuristic style. I did like the soundtrack as well. I watched a fair amount of this one. I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember that I did watch a good amount of it.
Nice.
I would be cool with A, personally, if you don't object to that.
Yeah, I don't object to that at all. I think A is pretty fair.
Okay, yeah. Here, let's grab it, and I'm going to jump up there. Set there for a second, and put it in A. Okay. Alright, let me see what I can find here. Okay. I saw this one a second ago. Um, but would I put it higher? Okay, I got one. I got one I want to talk about. We spoke on it for a second a little bit ago. But Jimmy Neutron, dude.
Yes, Jimmy Neutron. Honestly, I don't know if I'm biased, but like I would honestly put Jimmy Neutron in S tier. Like that is a show that I loved growing up. Like I even rode Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast at Universal Studios before they demolished it in favor of the Minions.
Yeah,
I did get to experience that ride when I was younger, and it was really cool.
do you remember? Did you ever go to Kings Island as a kid?
I don't remember honestly. Most of my memories with Universal Studios is seeing SpongeBob and going on Jimmy Neutron's Nicktoon Blast.
Right.
But I don't remember that much about it though.
Kings Island is, I believe, it's in Ohio. No, it's somewhere in like the Midwest. It's very similar to Cedar Point, and it's like a theme park. And for the longest time, they had a Nickelodeon section of Kings Island. There was like a Danny Phantom ride where you would like lay down. It would feel like you were flying. There was like a Avatar: The Last Airbender ride where you could like ride a wave while you were spinning, and that was cool. I know there was a couple SpongeBob rides. I don't remember what they were, but I remember that Cedar Point bought them out, and it switched over to Peanuts themed like Cedar Point is, which isn't the worst thing in the world. I just remember having so much fun with the Nickelodeon rides.
Nice.
But Jimmy Neutron, I still regularly quote that show. I love.
Same here, especially ever since I actually met Carl's voice actor Rob Paulson.
That's awesome. I love I love when they're in the hoverboard. It's Libby, Carl, and Sheen, and they're running low on fuel. And he's like, I think Libby's like, what do you think E means? And Sheen's like, obviously E means help yourself to some gas.
Sheen said, anyone with a brain know E means help yourself to some gas. There's not, guys. And on that note too, rest in peace, Sheen's voice actor. I'm so glad he got to voice Sheen one last time for the new Nickelodeon game Dice of Destiny.
Yeah, I forgot that happened, dude. That was very sad.
Yeah, every time like I see Sheen, I'm instantly reminded, like, oh god, I just remembered his voice actor passed away.
I used to have a Sheen toy where you could put him in an Ultralord suit.
Really? I didn't even know they made Jimmy Neutron toys. I've never seen any.
I don't know where I got it, but you could he had like a clip-on mask and like a little suit you could put him in.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very cool
I've
stuff.
always wanted that Ultralord mask though.
Dude, I would love a real Ultralord action figure. They had to have made that, right? That has to be a real thing.
If they had it, then like, damn, Nickelodeon, like they don't realize the money they would be making off that.
Right. Honestly, dude, and Jimmy's such a well-rounded character. He can be a douchebag when the story needs him to be, or he can be like a very good character he's very adaptive to what story he's in, and I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. Sometimes he can be a hero, but like sometimes it's hard to label Jimmy as a hero because like most times when he's a hero, it's just him saving the world or just Retroville from disasters he created.
Right. So I'm cool with S tier. I honestly am.
Yeah, I'm definitely cool with S tier.
Yeah.
And also, like, I know there was that debate going on, who's the smartest, between Jimmy and Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory. And I think someone put it best when they said Dexter is a genius that just so happens to be a kid, while Jimmy is a kid who just so happens to be a genius.
Mm-hmm. Right. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's always been interesting how Jimmy used, like, a lot of his genius to do stuff that an actual kid with his high IQ would do, like creating the world's greatest candy, making a machine that teleports you into your favorite video game, making it a recess extender.
Dude, remember Remember Bulby? Slap,
Oh, I
slap,
do.
slap,
Slap,
clap,
slap,
clap,
slap,
clap.
clap, clap, slap, 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 clap, clap, clap. I can never forget Bulby.
Vote
Slap,
for
slap, slap,
Bulby. We slap dance every day.
slap, slap, clap, clap, clap. Everybody! Slap, 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 clap, clap, clap.
Heck yeah, dude. And his dad was so fucking funny too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, his dad. Oh my gosh, Hugh Neutron. I love he's become a meme. And like one of my favorite Hugh quotes has been, I remember my first sleepover. Oh, the games, the laughter, the crying for my mommy. Hugh, that was our honeymoon.
I also liked the quote from the movie. He's like, "Well, if your friend's name was Cliff, would you jump off him?"
Well, if all your friends were named Cliff, would you jump off them?
Yeah. Very very good stuff.
Oh my god, Hugh is just like one of those characters that are very, very quotable.
Mm-hmm. For sure. All right, so we're about an hour and a half. Are you cool with going to 2 hours? What do you think? So we got about 30 more minutes.
Yeah, I'm cool with 30 more minutes. Real quick though, I had to grab my dirty clothes real quick. I just gotta bring them downstairs. I'll be right back. But you're free to go on to the next one and
Okay.
discuss that one. And then like while you're talking, I'll like jump in and stuff.
Okay, yeah, bet. Okay. Okay, awesome.
All right, yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. What's like a really good one I can sneak in here? Okay. We can do Flapjack. I think Flapjack would be good. Let's see. Flapjack. This one came out. I don't know if it was before or after Chowder. It was around the same time, and it was also very formational, like in terms of my sense of humor. I actually do remember more of this show than I think I do. I remember the most beautiful man in the world. I remember when he meets that like demonic looking cat, and he's like, "Aren't you precious?" I remember. I think it was from the first episode, which was Flapjack, do that thing you do every day, all the time. And then he like burps really loud, and he's like, Captain Knuckles, I have to go to the bathroom. I fucking that show is very genius. I feel like it was very much Cartoon Network coded, and that it had that stupidity to it. But like I said, I was a very like random humor kid, so it struck me in like all the right ways. And for that, I don't like it as much as Chowder. I think Chowder feels a lot more pleasant. I think Chowder feels a lot more homely for me, and it's a lot more nostalgic for me. So I'm probably gonna put Flapjack in A tier. That's probably what I'm gonna float that up to. Let's see here. I don't know, Kyron, are you still around for the moment? I think he's doing his laundry. Okay, we'll give him a moment here. Alright.
Alright, I have returned.
Okay, buddy. Let me tell you what I did. I put the Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack in A tier.
Cool.
Mostly because, while I remember it extremely fondly, I think Chowder kind of beats it out, in my opinion.
Yeah, Flapjack is another show my sister was very much obsessed with, like on the same level of Chowder. Like she loved both shows very much equally. I remember a little bit more about Chowder than I do about Flapjack, but from what I remember about Flapjack, it did definitely had its moments.
That show slaps, dude. My absolute favorite clip from that show is I think it actually is from the pilot. It's when he's gambling on his on Flapjack, and he's like, Flapjack, do that thing you do every day, all the time. And then Flapjack burps like extremely loud for a long time. He's like, Captain Knuckles, I have to go to the bathroom.
I think one of my favorite moments from the show that I remember from when I was younger was when that song that went, "He's a man with a little girl's voice.
Yep.
He's a man." And then like it goes, "Wow, I guess it's not so bad having a girl, being a man with a girl voice after all." And she's like, "I'm not a man. This thing fell out again. This thing fell off again."
Dude, I loved what do you get when you put a lollipop on the poop deck? Lollipoop deck. That it was so stupid, but like I said when you were gone, it was I was very much the random kid, so it hit me in the right spot at the right time, you know?
Yeah, I was kind of the random kid too, so I enjoyed that type of humor.
Yes, dude. Alright. Alright, I'm gonna pass it back to you. I'm gonna scroll down just a little bit. Take a little swig of my drink here.
No problem.
How's that ice cream going?
Oh, that ice cream. Oh, I actually finished that a while ago.
That's
It was
long
really good.
gone, brother. That's long gone.
Yeah, it was actually it was more of it was like a popsicle.
Mm-hmm.
It was delish.
Nice. Okay, it should be scrolled down now if you want to take a look.
All right, yeah, this scrolled down a little. Okay, here's an obscure show I'd like to talk about. My gym partner's a monkey.
Oh, I know this one. I actually do know this one. Alright. I'm gonna give it to you,
Nice.
though. I'm gonna give it to you, though. What do you think?
Sure, yeah, okay. My gym partner's a monkey. Well, I can say for certain I loved the theme song, and there was one Flash game on Cartoon Network's website my brother used to play a lot, and I did watch a lot of the show. I remember my mom's old minivan had satellite TV, and it would come on sometimes, and even I played one of the Flash games. But yeah, from what I remember, I like it. I do like it. I would say I like it more than I love it, but I don't think it's a bad show. I think it's like
yeah.
one of those I think it's one of those Cartoon Network shows that I know kind of flies by the wayside because Cartoon Network just kind of has like, just kind of superior shows, but I don't think My Gym Partner is a Monkey was bad, especially that theme song. My gym partner is a monkey, 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 monkey. My gym is a monkey, 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 monkey.
I think I
That
know
theme
the
song was-
exact... Are you talking about the Flash game that was the platformer where you would go through the school?
Yes, that one.
I played that one, dude. I remember that one. I remember that one being, like, tough for a little kid. Like, I had trouble with it when I was little.
Oh yeah, me and my brother both had trouble with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I thought it was a fine show. What I remember of it, I think you put it best. Cartoon Network does have superior shows. I think it's not up to snuff with their usual caliber, but it definitely isn't bad. That being said, I would be okay with B tier if you're okay with it, but if you feel strongly that it should be an A, or do you think it should stay in B?
Yeah. I don't think it should be an A tier. Did you say B tier?
Yeah.
Or D tier?
B.
B tier, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, yeah. That's where I would personally put it, from what I remember of it, I remember the congratulations on your early graduation, and they were all sad because the giraffe had to leave, but then she came back.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember that.
Okay, let's see what else we got. That show was creative, though. It had its very creative moments to it.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What else? I know I watched that show, but I, don't remember it, at all. So I'm going to skip over that one. Hold on. Is Generator Rex on here? Generator Rex
I don't
better.
know. I haven't seen it so far.
That might have been 2010s. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing Generator Rex on here because that show was amazing. I loved that show. But I don't see it on here. Um, let's see what else we got. There's Secret Saturdays, but I don't really remember that one too well. Um, let's see, because I want to get like some really good ones in before we gotta go. Um,
Yeah.
all right. I feel like I would be doing myself and my buddy Andrew a disservice if I didn't include Star Wars: The Clone Wars on here. I don't know how much you watched it growing up, but I gotta put this one in S tier because it's pretty top notch, dude. It's got some of the best animation Cartoon Network's ever had. This animation team, is like still working on projects for Star Wars, and they're like absolutely killing it. I never saw. So you know who Gendy Tartakovsky is, right?
Yes, I do. Creator of Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack, and Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah. He did a Clone Wars series back in the day.
Oh, nice.
But I never watched it. I don't know how long it went for. I know it's very like popular and like fondly remembered, but I didn't watch it. But what I did watch was the 3D animated show. And so the history behind this show, I don't remember, like, I don't know what got it started, but I remember it being part of Cartoon Network's, like, hey, we have everything. We have action, we have comedy. It was right before CN Real. So it was still in like the golden era of Cartoon Network where it had like it was mainly animation focused. And I really appreciated that. And it just expanded the lore so much. This is what got me into Star Wars. Like, I never understood the appeal of it when I was extremely little, but I watched the crap out of this show, and it's what got me into it. And I would eventually watch the movies when my parents would allow me because I loved this show so much. I rewatched it a couple years ago, and I went through that. I went through Rebels. I went through the Bad Batch, and it all of those shows started with this one. So I gotta kind of tip my hat to Clone Wars for expanding the lore very well. I'm semi a defender of the prequel era, which is when this takes place. It takes place between episodes 2 and 3, mainly because it's what defined a lot of what Star Wars identity is. It gave us the big cities, but it also gave us like actual Jedi fights. It gave us like more droids. It really expanded the identity of what Star Wars was, and I feel like this went even more in depth with that. So the fact that it started as a movie pilot, and then it went on to be such a great show, and like kind of gave this animation company like a good head start, I think is extremely impressive personally. And I got to put in S tier for that reason.
I can get behind that.
Yeah, because they're still killing the game with the Star Wars stuff, and they're the main ones behind that franchise now in terms of animation, really. But yeah,
actually, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
All right, man. Scrolling back down, and I'll pass it your way. If you when it scrolls down, if you see any that you want to bring up.
All right. Let's see.
Because the list is getting a bit smaller, so we don't have to scroll as much to see all of it.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right. Yeah, I think I need to scroll down a little further because I can't really see it all that well.
Okay, it should be scrolled down now. What do you think of it now? Do you see it okay?
A little bit. Like I can see just a few. I can see just a few shows, but just not all of them.
Okay. Do you see any that are sticking out to you?
Oh, I did see a show that did stick out to me. Kids Next Door.
Okay, I think I saw that one too. Where I'm trying to find where it was. Because I remember seeing it at some point while we were scrolling through.
Yeah, it's like more at the bottom.
It's weird because like sometimes it's alphabetized and sometimes it's not. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe the person
Yeah,
who made
cause
this list just kind of randomly. I
it's
don't know.
been kind of hard to
If it was alphabetized, that'd make it way easier. But I know it's on this because I saw it too. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Where are you, Kids Next Door? Where are you at?
Yeah, cause I did see it earlier.
I'm scanning. I'm searching. I'm putting a good look on it. Let's see. I know I'm like leaning out of frame of my VTuber model, but I gotta kind of like look into it here. Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's like on like the fifth row. I see it. All right, what do you got for me on Kids Next Door? I found it.
All right, well, Kids Next Door, I absolutely loved Kids Next Door when I was younger. Like, I remember watching it on Cartoon Network all the time, thinking it was great. And I still think that I actually binge watched it recently, and I still think it holds up. It's a really great show. Like, I think like a lot of people might have the wrong idea about it, thinking it's like a show that just kind of says, you know, all adults are evil, which isn't the case, because even in the show, not all adults were evil. Like, their own parents were like really loving and caring. But I think Kids Next Door holds up very well.
I honestly would agree with you. I'm very sad it never got the continuation series that it deserved.
Oh yeah, definitely. It definitely deserved that continuation series. It's a
Uh,
and it is a crying shame we did not get it.
yeah. In terms of where I would put it, um, part of me wants to put it in A tier because, I'll explain my reasoning. I was not, and still am not, the biggest fan of outright gross out cartoons. And I would not say Kids Next Door is a gross out cartoon. What I will say is it indulged in that sometimes, and I didn't really care for when it did that. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, that does make sense. I remember. I know. One of the times that Kids Next Door kind of engaged in gross out humor was the infamous Krusty Eye episode.
That's the one I was thinking of, dude. Holy shit, yeah. I
Yeah.
yeah, they went to some places that I prefer they wouldn't have, but it's a very neat concept, and I think they executed it well for the most part. I would say, it's another show that I don't like 100% remember, but I remember the very good parts and unfortunately the very bad parts. So I'm thinking A tier is a good compromise.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think so too. I think A tier is a great compromise.
Okay, let's see. Put it there and then put it there. Okay. We got time for a couple more here. Let's see.
Yeah.
Because we're at about an hour 45, I think about 15 minutes left. Let's see. Ooh, I got a banger. I got a banger. Danny Phantom.
Oh, Danny Phantom. Yeah, good choice.
Uh,
He's gonna get me well because he's Danny Phantom.
in terms of Butch Hartman shows, in my opinion, way better than Fairly Odd Parents, dude. In my opinion, like
Oh
so
no,
much
Danny Phantom
better.
was like just like really action packed and
It had the action, it had the comedy, it had the good, it had very good music. Not even just the theme song, but just like the music in general. I thought it did more experimental things with Fairly Odd Parents that Fairly Odd Parents would eventually do, but it tried them before Fairly Odd Parents did. And I think it succeeded at more of the risks that it took than Fairly Odd Parents did.
yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
This was another show I never finished, so I never watched all of it. But what I remember seeing, I dug the hell out of. I think Danny's core friend group is just like really well written. They feel like actual real friends, which is good. Because like it's not one of those things where it's like they constantly hate each other for no reason. Like they feel like a genuine friend group, you know.
That's
Um,
true.
I
That
like
is very true.
his parents are so fucking funny. I love Danny's parents. Um, and yeah, I'm confident in putting it in either A or S. So I wanna hear where you would rather put it.
Honestly, yeah, I think either A or S was I think whether like either A or S, yeah. I
Uh,
agree because it is definitely in A. It is definitely in worthy of either A tier or S tier.
yeah. Um, I think I'm gonna put it in A. It feels like one of those shows where like if I had recently watched it, it might be in S. But because of how like I don't remember a whole ton of it, I just remember some of the key highlights. I'm gonna put it in A tier. But it's very very good.
Yeah, it is. It is a very good show, and like I agree. Like in terms of Butch Hartman shows, I would consider it. I do consider it. His arguably his best one,
Oh yeah, I
and that's
would
because
agree.
Butch Hartman is Butch Hartman. But there
Right.
is, I guess, there is no denying that he must. He's a decent writer because like he did write for he used to work for Hanna-Barbera.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He apparently is responsible for why the for why the later seasons of Danny Phantom aren't really held in such high regard. Because apparently him and Steve Marmel totally different they basically had creative differences,
Mm-hmm.
and Butch Hartman got his way and it led to the show's downfall.
Right. Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, but it's still other than that, Danny Phantom holds up very well.
And here's the
Still a
thing.
very good show.
I think that the worst Danny Phantom episodes are still better than a lot of Fairly Odd Parents episodes.
That's true. That is true. Even like the worst of Fairly Odd Parents. I mean, the worst of Danny Phantom is still a lot better than the worst of the Fairly Odd Parents.
Oh yeah, 100%. All right, man. I'm gonna pass it back to you. We got time for a couple more here.
Alrighty. Alrighty, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me just have a look. See. Okay, alright, perfect. Now I can see him. Okay, I guess, let me see, let me see, let me just have a look. Oh, definitely Kappa Mikey. Now there's a show I would definitely have a lot to say about.
All right, where's that one at? I'm trying to find it on here.
Kappa Mikey, I just saw it. I swear I just saw it. I think it's a little more on the top.
Okay, let me see here. I see it. Yep, I see it. Okay.
So Kappa Mikey, that is a show I watched a lot growing up. Like me and my brother and sister loved it. We used to watch it on Nicktoons a lot, and even to this day, even though its depictions of Tokyo definitely didn't age the best, I still think Kappa Mikey holds up as a pretty darn good show. Like honestly, like I rewatched it on YouTube once, and honestly, yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
I remember seeing commercials for this show, but for some reason not being interested in it. So I was aware of it existing. I just never watched it myself.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you place this one. I'm gonna let you find a good spot for this one.
All right, let's see. A good spot for this one. I would say, me personally, I'd put it in A tier.
A tier?
That kind of balances it out.
Okay, bet. Okay. There we go. A tier. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? We could spring for. I think we've got time for one more for each of us. So then I'll go, and then you'll go. Okay. So we gotta find some bangers. All right.
Yeah, let's find
To
some
close this out.
bangers.
Close this out. Okay. I know the one that I had to catch was Clone Wars. I had to get Chatter up here. Let's see. I'm trying to find like an obscure one that I watched. Or maybe like a really good one. Um, let's see. Kind of scrolling through with my eyeballs. Uh, okay. Okay, I got one.
What is it?
Little bit derivative. But I'm gonna go for Ben 10 Alien Force.
Oh, Ben 10 Alien Force. All right.
Um,
Right. Behind that.
in my opinion, superior to the original show. But I think that's a hot take. I feel like people don't feel that way. But I am pretty comfortable in putting it in A tier. I know Ben's also an A tier, but I think it's slightly. I don't think it's S tier, but I would put it in A tier because it was one of my favorites growing up. Again, I loved Ben 10, but it's one of those shows that I feel like matured as I got older. Granted, it would get worse later on, but I even kind of liked Omniverse for what I saw of it. I didn't see much of it, but what I saw I liked. But Alien Force and Ultimate Alien, were very good. It felt like it felt like the show grew up with me, you know.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And it added so much cool stuff to the lore. It didn't ignore the original series. It could have very much been a reboot, but it wasn't. It kept everything in mind, and it structured. I like that even with the stylistic changes that the show went through for a while, it still kept the same universe and the same ideas and didn't retcon very much. It was very much like let's stick pretty strictly to the story that we have. So with that in mind, I'm gonna put Ben 10 Alien Force in A tier. Again, I don't really know what your experience with Ben 10 was, and especially not this second series, but
Yeah, believe it or not, but I didn't really have much experience with Ben 10.
okay.
I was familiar with it, but it was just one of those shows that I didn't really watch often because there were just other shows that I kind of liked just a little bit more.
Very fair. Very fair. Okay, yeah.
But I will acknowledge Ben 10 is a good show. I will acknowledge that. I did have a friend in middle school that loved it.
Right. Yeah, I think I was obsessed with that concept, and as a kid I wanted to like make cool stories and with I never really went too far with it, but I was always like write little stories or make tiny little comics, and I loved playing pretend with my friends. Even when I was in like middle school, I would pretend with my friends all the time, and I was a big fan of stories that had like big worlds and lots of lore, and I still am. It's part of why I love Marvel movies so much, you know.
Yeah, because those got a lot of lore.
But Ben 10 was very exemplary of that, so it's got a very special place in my heart. So I'm cool with having that one be my last one up here on the list. But I'll go back down for you and give you a little bit of time to consider grabbing one more for our list here.
Right, no problemo. I would be happy to grab one more for our little list up here. All right.
And I actually kind of like that we're doing this like mainly the ones that we know, because then the list isn't like super cluttered. You know what I mean? We can kind of keep track of things better.
Yeah. All right. Let me see. I just need a little further.
A little further
So
up or
I'm not
down?
able-
Here, let me see. Uh, Here, how's that? How is it right now?
Right now I can't really see anything.
Okay, here. Let me see what zooming in would do here. I wonder if I to make this smaller and zoom in some. Okay. We can go zoom in there. And then here I can kind of move the format of the stream around just a little bit for this last one. Okay. Here, let me see. And then I can kind of scroll down some. Oh, actually, it might be a better idea to zoom out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let me see. Well, can you think of any shows from that time that might be on here that you like, that you might have seen when we were scrolling?
All right. Well, let's see. One that I would want to go out with on a bang. So I guess I want to choose one that I had a close attachment with when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think I used most of them up. All of
I
them,
use most of
them,
mine too.
but,
Yeah.
okay. Probably an art choice to go out a bang with, but I did have a connection with this show when I was younger. I'm gonna go with the Penguins of Madagascar.
Okay. Respect. Okay, what'd you think of this show?
Okay, well, when I was younger, I actually saw this show when it first premiered.
Okay.
And I actually really liked it. Like, from the first episode, like, I knew that I would like I knew I would like the show because I loved the Penguins when I was younger. Like, I was a huge fan of Madagascar, and I loved the Penguins in particular. So, of course, when I heard they were getting their own show, I was totally stoked about it. I actually wanted to watch it.
Yeah, that show was legit, dude. I know.
It was. It really was.
My dad liked that show. He didn't like King Julian, but he liked the show.
Is there a reason he didn't like King Julian?
I have no idea. I have no earthly clue. But he did enjoy the show, and I did too. Honestly, I think I kind of like the voices in the show better than the voices in the movies, because a couple of them change voice actors. I know that between the movies and the show. And
yeah.
like the voice actor for Kowalski in the show is very different. Where did I just put this at? I set it down somewhere in the list. And I don't know. There it is. Okay. Set it here for a second. Where would you want to put it at?
Where would I want to put it at? Honestly, I would want to put it on either A or B tier. Like, either one of those definitely works for me.
I'm comfortable with B tier. It would definitely be a higher B tier show, but I don't think it's on the caliber of some of the stuff we put in A tier, but it was still pretty fun.
Yeah, honestly, I agree. Like, it's still a really fun show, so, like, I think that would be a pretty fair ranking.
Okay, yeah. I think B is pretty solid. Okay, so I'm gonna take this one for never seen off there, so it's a little less cluttered, and we can take a look at the list here. I'm honestly pretty satisfied with it. I like that we both kind of got some of our we both got our favorites on there. That's what I was aiming for. I think it's most important that we got the stuff.
We sure did.
That we got the stuff that was most important to us on there. I had to talk about Chowder. I could not talk about Clone Wars. The Garfield show was one. Even though I don't think it's like the greatest, I did still want to talk about it. I'm glad we got to talk about Flapjack. Ben 10, I would honestly probably want to revisit as well. I feel like a lot of these, like, doing this list has made me want to rewatch a lot of these shows, honestly.
Honestly, yeah. Like, it really puts you in perspective. Like, it makes you realize, what shows you probably haven't seen in a long time.
And it makes me very much miss childhood, dude.
Oh, yeah, same here.
It's such a bummer that we're not in this golden age of animation anymore.
I know, right?
And I feel
this golden age. Like, it makes you realize, like, holy crap, things were so much simpler back then.
Like, can we, like, honestly, if we look at something like Flapjack, or something like Chowder, or even something like Total Drama, it's not, like, high objective art, but it's just fun, it's just silly, and I think that them being out when we were kids puts it in a much more favorable light, too. You know, like I feel like if we were like crotchety old people in the 2000s, we probably wouldn't like Chowder. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
But
Like if we were
yeah.
like angry like just angry old people, like, just yearning for the old days, we would probably be
Oh God,
like
are we old people yearning for the old days now? Oh
I
no!
don't know. Oh my God.
Oh
Are we
no! You're already 30 and I'm almost 30. Oh no!
Oh my God, I am 30. You're almost 30. Like, I think what if we are reaching that age where we're just like, just pining for the old ways, like just being reminded of our childhood and thinking, you know, our, our days were better. Like our TV shows were much better.
I'm already not understanding kids slang right now. I don't get it. I don't
Me
always
neither.
understand. Like I'm chronically online, so I understand some of it, but I don't understand all of it and they're making new stuff every day that I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe I
Yeah,
am old.
that's the thing with me. That's the thing with me. Like, I'm not chronically online anymore, so I don't understand. So when I hear about new slang, I'm like when with 6'7", I didn't know about it until that South Park episode. So like when I heard about it, I'm like, I didn't know, and it makes me feel old sometimes. I'm like, I cannot keep up with what these kids are saying these days.
Right. But I think stuff like this goes to show that we had our own brain rot too. Let's not kid ourselves. We had our own stupid stuff and stupid slang and stupid brain rot. You know what I mean? We had our stuff in that time.
Yeah, that's why I don't really judge 6'7"
Right.
that harshly, because I'm like, it's not like we weren't laughing at dumber shit when we were kids.
Oh yeah, dude.
We had our own generational brain rot. Like we laughed at things that other people would scoff at and go, I would never laugh at something. I don't understand how kids can find this funny.
Right.
How kids can look at this and honestly laugh, because I only laugh at the most high prestigious art, while these kids are just laughing at stupid things.
Right. All right, man.
But
Um, so we're probably gonna wind down stream here. Appreciate any folks that like trickled in. I know we didn't really get any folks in chat, but it was still, if anybody stopped by, that was cool. It's still gonna go up on my YouTube for anybody to watch. It'll always be there, so folks can like rewatch it and have a good time with it. Kyron, thank you for hanging out with me. It's always a pleasure.
thank you very much. This very much was a pleasure, and I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, and we can hang out on call for just a little bit after the stream, but I did just want to wind stream a little bit down here. Um, in terms of future streams, I definitely want to do more collaborative stuff with friends. I'll also still be doing more solo stuff. Like I kind of want to. I don't work until 6 p.m. tomorrow, so I might stream some Fortnite and maybe some more Pokemon at some point. Um, and I want. Sometimes I struggle streaming alone, and so I want to make it a more social thing. Not that I can't stream alone, but it's a little harder sometimes. So I'm gonna make a concerted effort to stream more. Um, I'm close to 100 subscribers. Me and Kyron were talking about that. I'm literally one subscriber away from 100, and that would be so cool. Um, I have new music coming out soon. I have a new song. It's called "A Body Alone." It comes out on the 17th of July, and I have a new album out called "Maddie Lives." That's coming. It's not out yet. It's coming on August 7th, so it's pretty close here. I hope y'all will check it out. I know not all my stuff is on YouTube. I got to work on getting it on YouTube, but it is on under the M Extra on like Apple Music and Spotify, and I would really appreciate it if y'all took a look. But for now, it's gonna be it from us. Y'all have a great rest of your night, and I will see everybody later. Goodbye. Bye, folks. Bye.
Bye.